It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. We're on a new adventure here.
We are, and this adventure is going to take us through all through sitcom history, I would think. All our favorites from yesteryear to some more recent ones, but not. We have set some parameters for ourselves, but they are flexible. We're looking mainly at sitcoms that have completed, but
I think as a show study, it is good. But you did mention that shows that are super long running might still be a good thing to cover.
Correct, because there's
especially
plenty
because
of
I don't
material.
want to put out The Simpsons because I fucking love The Simpsons and I've been watching it since I was 2, I think.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's right. You were an '86 baby, so I think '89 is when it came out.
Yeah, I don't think I was watching the Tracy Ullman Show, but I definitely think I was watching The Simpsons since that bitch came on, doing the Bartman and shit when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. But tonight, what is tonight's subject?
We are going to talk about everyone's favorite friends, everyone's bestie friends from was it Thursday night must-see TV, NBC?
That is correct.
From what, 94 to 04, I believe was the run?
Yes, I believe you are correct on that. It did start September 22nd, 2000, not 2000, how about 1994? If it started in 2004 and ended in 2004, it would be
it's a real shit. No, that was the sister series.
No, but we'll get into Joey later.
We'll discuss that later. So, Friends, what was your first exposure to Friends? When did you hop on that train?
It was probably after a few seasons. I'm one of those weirdos that usually catches on to things like sometimes a little later, like especially when things start going into syndication and like on your Foxes or your CWs and that, where they just start giving you in TBS and all the cable stations, episode after episode. So it's like, oh, okay. So it was after probably after season 3, I latched on.
Yeah, I was probably even later than that, honestly. I was probably more like season 6 or 7, I would say.
Okay.
Like I came in kind of late, and the only reason I remember it in the early years is some family friends that my mom would play poker with. We would go to their house a lot, and their daughters were fucking obsessed with Friends. We were a little bit younger than them, and I think they were just in that prime, like, preteen, maybe 13 age.
Okay.
Where they were, like, fucking all about Friends, and we used to go, this show's stupid.
And then here they are. They want the Rachel haircut and all that lovely stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I would go, damn, they're fucking cute. But I was young. I was like, I don't fucking. What are these adults talking about work? I don't give a shit. In '94, I would have been like 8. So I was like, I didn't give a fuck yet. So yeah, I discovered it in reruns. I think probably came home from school. God knows what show I would have been watching at that time. Probably changed in the lineup, and then all of a sudden Friends was there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, season 5 is when most shows hit the 100 mark.
True.
To go for reruns. So it probably was right around that time that I got into it. Because this show, I think they did, most of the seasons I think have about 20 to 24 episodes.
I believe you are correct.
So yeah, it probably would have been around season 5. And I got my mom hooked on it. We ended up watching it all the way through at one point. This is a show that I have probably seen all the way through, I would say at least 4 times in my life.
Got it.
Like,
okay.
Front to back, because I always had the DVDs, of course. Well,
yes,
I bought single seasons as they came out.
and actually, we have your DVDs for everyone to see here. I'll bring them up.
This was when they would put each season out individually, and I would pay like $30 for the fucking season. So I bought all 10 seasons, and then the 10th season had a mail-in certificate for a box set. And I just sold that fucking box set like 2 months ago, finally. I sold it for $150 though. Shit.
Wow.
I was like, I'll take that. Bought the Blu-ray upgrade for, I think it was on Prime Day for 60? Something, maybe 50, 60? I was like, all right, I'll upgrade to the Blu-ray set. But the DVD set was fucking gorgeous. It had a nice wooden box. and it had this like glass door, like a frosted kind of glass with their image on the front there. I was like, man, it was pretty badass. It felt like a nerd, but it was badass.
No, it's good.
I wish more shows and shit did collectibles like that.
I know. I'd say especially some of like the more classic ones too. Like some of them are actually pretty hard to find on DVD, but no, they're out there.
I did go through some of my boxes and I found some of the shit that I have from when I told you I was super into it. Like when it ended, I was sad. I was sad when it ended, even though it wasn't that good at the end. But I have this giant book that is what does it say? The one with all 10 years, Friends Till the End, authorized collector's edition. And it's just this giant fucking book. It covers like each actor and their like rise and each season, kind of the arc of the seasons and shit. It's got episode guides.
Ah, the lost arc of the seasons.
It's funny, I saw the receipts in here from Barnes and Noble it's probably 2004.
Well, yeah, like
6404. I paid $26.45 for this fucking book.
Wow.
The fuck is wrong with me, bro?
Nothing is wrong. You are a collector, sir. You are a collector.
Sure. You can kind of see my movie collection back there, my video store.
Yeah, a little bit we can see. Yeah, if you ever give us the grand tour, like people will be astounded because it literally is like you have your own video rental store.
This is the new Blu-ray set.
Nice, but not as sweet as that DVD box set.
Yeah, kind of bland.
Yeah, that
does come with a nice booklet though that tells you all about each episode. I guess that's cool.
Like I said, the Blu-rays are nice in the fact of the quality of the the picture, the sound. They can get more on a disc, and also you have more room for extras. But again, the DVD, there is something about the way they did some of those box sets, including the one that we showed earlier.
This has to be the nerdiest Friends merch I've ever. I still am surprised this even exists. Friends, the one with all the trivia, and look at this. It is a PlayStation 2 game.
Yes, and I was reading about that particular game, and I'll be honest, from reviews, it was pretty panned for its poor quality.
You know what I just noticed too, and I used to do a lot, is mail-in stuff, like how I got that box set.
Mm-hmm.
So I must have mailed a rebate in for something for this because the barcode is gone. The proof of purchase is gone.
Oh, wow.
So there must have been something in here as well that I mailed for, which is fucking ridiculous. But
some great giveaway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like, get 20 box tops of sugar O's. And
their screenshot on here.
The John Lovitz episode.
Oh, I did love that. Which one? I think he was on there twice, right?
Yeah, I think he was. I believe so. But yeah, like on the one, like he had the munchies, and like he's there to like go over.
Yes,
like
that was the first one. Yeah.
The fine food that Monica's made, and yeah, he's after the sugary cereals.
It says it has over 3,000 questions and 700 clips, highlighting memorable moments from all 10 seasons. Play along with your hosts. I wonder who the hosts were. Oh, it says featuring the voice talents of Janice, Gunther, and Jack and Judy Geller.
Yep. L.A.
Single and multiplayer modes let you test your friend's knowledge solo or with a. You know what? I bet you this is still on my PS2 memory card. I should go look and see how far I got. Like
did you answer all 3,000?
Did I finish all 3,000? Relive your favorite moments. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember even playing this, to be honest. But I'm sure I must have.
As I said, it kind of got some poor reviews, like the quality of the gameplay and the videos. Like apparently the videos were very pixelated. So yeah.
700 clips. That's a lot for a PS2 disc.
That is, yeah, for a PS2. Jeez.
I think it was in this book even. Something about the backlash around season 2. Like it got so popular so fast that people kind of shit on it.
Yeah, it definitely shot up there quicker than they probably predicted. Although, yeah, like the initial reviews were not always the kindest. The characters that people were saying like were the best, like okay, more original characters were Ross and Phoebe. The other ones they were
Okay.
saying didn't have too much personality or were kind of like a little bit caricatures, like a Joey. But
Right. And
as
I
things
think
went
that
on, like
even the we like what we're gonna do is we're gonna visit 3 episodes throughout the run of the show and kind of discuss how it changed.
right.
And I did notice in that early episode with Joey, like he wasn't the dumb guy yet. Like he wasn't the brightest.
No,
But they definitely like Homer Simpsoned him up in the later seasons.
right.
It is kind of a gradual build, but when you watch these 3 pretty separate episodes in a row,
Yeah.
it's very clear. You go, holy shit.
Definitely
Like, there was
stands
a
out.
joke. I took a few notes here, but the first thing I wrote was that very first season episode that we watched was the one with the poker.
Right.
Joey has the joke at Rachel's expense about her intelligence. Did you catch that?
Yeah. No, Rachel.
Xerox joke?
Rachel was actually when they started. Yeah, Rachel was the Joey basically. Like when it came to like she was just like totally like the I don't know the one just totally naive, totally on the lower end of
the episode. They were putting her resume in envelopes.
Yes, and what was the misspelled word on said resume?
Computer skills, I believe it was.
Yes, computer. Yes,
computer skills.
Computer
so
skills.
she says, "Oh no, do you think it's on all of them?" And then Joey has the line that makes her look like a dumb. And in years future, that would have been reversed.
Oh, definitely. No, it definitely would have been reversed.
What do you say? Like
the
I think
Xerox...
no, I'm sure the Xerox machine caught a few of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not Joey. You're like, that was like what, episode 18 or something like that in the first season, I think.
Yeah,
and you're
18.
You're like, that's not a Joey line.
No, that's more like a Chandler line.
Yeah, that's exactly. And Chandler was already Chandler. I'll give him that.
Yeah. No, he already had his set ways. You saw the beginnings of really his full personality from the get-go.
The thing that I like about the show is that there is a lot of consistency, but there were some things that popped out at me. Like at least with Rachel's sisters, they mention her sisters. Is that where the hell did that Aunt Iris come from?
Yeah, they like it's just all of a sudden it's like to teach them poker. Oh, my Aunt Iris, and it's like what? Okay.
I was like,
did we ever revisit Aunt
heard
Iris?
about her before or after? But you have this magical Aunt Iris who shows up to teach them poker for one episode. Not even an episode. Like she's there for like 2 minutes.
Correct.
Maybe.
No, probably like not even.
Lines.
Yeah.
4 lines, I think.
Yeah.
And you're like, who the fuck is this? And then they have funeral episodes in the later seasons, and I don't remember seeing no Aunt Iris, no fucking funerals or nothing. Nope.
Yeah, and like you said, her sisters don't mention her. Yeah, no one, and her sisters were.
Rachel's sisters.
Yeah.
Well, this was Monica's aunt.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, Monica's aunt. I'm sorry.
But Rachel's sisters were Reese Witherspoon and Christina Applegate.
Do you remember their names?
Jill and
the other one was.
It was the one that was just in the one I watched too.
Exactly.
Jill and what the hell was Applegate's name?
It was Amy.
Amy, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 episodes we revisited were the one with the poker, the one with all the Thanksgivings, which I believe was season 5.
Correct.
And the season 9 episode with Christina Applegate guest starring, the one with Rachel's other sister. I really like that episode. I think Christina Applegate steals the fucking show in that episode.
Oh no, she is great from the get-go. And I think the first thing that she like when she's there, well, what is it? She requests a hair straightener, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did she win an Emmy for that? I feel like I remember
You know what? I believe she was up for it, but I don't know if she won or not.
I've listened to all the commentaries in the past, but I didn't this time. I feel like I remember them saying something about an Emmy, but that kind of made me like wish she was part of the show more.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was in maybe 2 or 3 episodes there near the end.
Correct. Well, that was her, I believe, first appearance in the one that, Rachel's other sister, and then there was the one where she actually babysat baby Emma. And
Emily or Emmett?
Emmett. And afterwards, she wanted to be a baby stylist. That was her her wish, her endeavor to become a baby stylist.
The thing that I kind of mentioned to you yesterday, but I didn't want to get into it too much because I wanted to save it for the show, was that I really like Friends, but I don't know that I think it's brilliant. It always makes me feel good, and it always makes me laugh. And I don't think the stories are very good, but I think the characters are awesome.
I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it may have not have been the greatest story building, and how do I want to say it? Like, it really, as this is going to be about sitcoms, it really was just about all the situations we could just put these characters in.
Because like even when it is one of the few shows I think where people don't go, oh, I really like the episode where they do this. It's more like there's certain jokes they quote, or like moments there, the pivot with the couch,
yes,
like shit like that. That it's not like him buying the couch was a good story.
No,
it's the way they played it was brilliant. And I think that's different than most other shows. And like, I don't know, maybe Seinfeld is similar to that.
Well, Seinfeld was a show about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that more than most sitcoms, I think they focus on what are they doing wacky this week, as opposed to let's just have some mundane shit happen and these characters are going to be fun in it,
Right. No.
So I think that's where Friends and Seinfeld both succeeded.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think when comparing the two, though, I think Seinfeld definitely did better in how do you want to say it? Even though it was a show about nothing, I think there's a lot more memorable episodes, full episodes, than just moments.
I told you I had rewatched it all recently. So when we were going for the episodes, you kind of were like, let me take the reign on which ones we should visit. And even going through that episode guide, having just watched the entire show, it wasn't that like the title and the story didn't really mean anything to me. I couldn't remember which moments were in which episodes really, because it's just not that type of show.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, it's really, like those characters in those situations, in those particular moments. Like, okay, let's go to the first episode that we were talking about, the one with the poker. We talked about and Ida. Talked about just the whole thing.
Iris, yeah.
Iris, not Ida. And the whole thing.
I wrote it down.
That the boys, they had their boy thing. That's what the girls were saying. It's like, oh, okay, poker is only. And I think it was Joey who was saying it's like it's not like girls. It's like there's just no girls that play poker. I think was Joey's line on that. And
and that's another thing I thought too is like Phoebe here is she was more ultra feministy in the beginning,
right?
Whereas she was more against the system. It felt like in the beginning episodes, and then she kind of becomes more just ditzy.
Correct. Yeah. No. Definitely because like. Wait, was it in the same episode? Oh, no, I think it was just in one of the, no, it was one of the other episodes I was watching, recently, the one with the thumb, where it's like, yeah, she's...
Oh, in the cola or something?
Yeah, where it's like, okay, the bank makes an error, and, gives her $500, she reports it, and then they give her $500 for reporting it, but it's like, I don't want the money. It's like, yeah, she's very, like, anti-system, as you said, and it's like, oh, okay, she reports the thing about the cola. It's like they gave her more money, which she doesn't want.
In the that last episode we watched, though, the one with Christina Applegate, I believe it was,
Hmm.
Phoebe does say that she thinks the moon landing was faked.
Yes, she does.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't know. I didn't know if that would be something that I would get from her or not, but I guess so. I mean, I guess it fits.
Yeah, I think it fits the character. Again, if it's like that whole like anti-system, it's like, oh yeah, there's conspiracies out there, but not not just like every waking moment conspiracy. It was more, as you said, as the show went along, it was more just like the flighty ditzy kind of hippie girl type of thing with Phoebe.
The one thing I always did find interesting about the Phoebe character is the way they integrated it with Ursula from Mad
Mad
About
About
You.
You.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that was that a different network? That had to be, right?
No,
that
no, that was NBC as well. Yeah, Mad About
okay.
You with
For some reason, I was thinking Mad About You was a ABC show or something, but
no, that Paul Reiser and Helen what the hell's her name? Helen Hunt.
that's a show. Like, I've always tried to love it, but I feel like it's just kind of dull to me.
I used to enjoy it. You know what? I think I enjoyed more sometimes the other characters. Like one of the other characters, if you remember, was Richard Kind. That would show up continually. Like with these other characters, I found they brought life to that show.
Yeah, but I've always loved the idea that there's a sitcom crossover. You just don't see that much. I mean, when a show spins off of it, one thing, I guess, but the fact that her sister just exists on a whole nother show,
right,
is kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. And she was already on that show, and
right,
the actual producers, like convinced her, yeah, do both shows. You're both doing them both for NBC, and we're gonna make it your twin sister. So it's like, oh, okay, Phoebe and Ursula are twin sisters. Ursula is the waitress. That goes on to other things in later.
The weird thing is, the stories they end up giving Ursula in Friends don't feel like stories that would have been a Mad About You topic.
Oh no,
Like when she's doing porn and shit. Like I don't think Mad About You would have ever done that with her.
I severely doubt it. Yeah, that was not a subject.
So it makes you wonder, at what point did they just get free reign of that character?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's yours now, take it.
Yeah,
probably. I bet you Mad About You was over by then.
It was either over or like her character just was not, like showing up on that show anymore. It was one of the two, and I'm not sure which. I didn't look that one up, but
I'm also curious how many people listening didn't know that. I bet you there are some people who didn't know that Ursula existed on another show before Friends, and that's a whole thing. She was like she was also the waitress. She was like the stupid waitress at the diner they'd go to or something.
It's the shared Friends universe, Friends Mad About You universe. You see, like there was something before Marvel, like doing these crossovers.
Right from the beginning, though, we get Chandler in that like I said, I think it's the 18th episode, that poker episode.
Mm-hmm.
He's already making his random ass pop culture references, which is something that I think that I've definitely stole from Chandler throughout my life. At the first line he has in the episode, he mentions D from What's Happening and the Flintstones. It's just these obscure references that become a joke. Like, I think that is definitely something I've incorporated into my life over the years.
Right,
because when you pull something out of your ass like that, people just, what? You get a reaction, whether it's a funny line or not. You get a reaction,
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that always attracted me to that character, Chandler. He just was very quick with those references, and like the little quips. He seemed to be the quickest of all the characters, with those things. As you said in that early episode, Joey actually had some in there too, but yeah, I think over the course of the whole series, definitely Chandler was the one.
Of the three that we watched, what was your favorite? What would you think was the most well balanced of the three?
You know what? Let's see. Okay, the one with the poker was good, but you could tell it was still a season 1 episode.
Right.
Yeah,
it was very slow paced for a show.
Yes. And
that we know becomes very quick.
I think
Yeah,
they
the
weren't as
pacing was
fleshed
very
out
cool.
all the characters at that point, like to what we got to know them as later in the series. The season 5 episode, the one with all the Thanksgivings, yeah, you now really get to see more of what
And you know
these
what?
characters were about.
I remembered that one, I think, better than I thought it was this time. It was a little chaotic. It didn't feel super satisfying because it just felt like a lot of cuts or something.
Oh, it definitely was, because it was like reminiscing about prior Thanksgivings, like, and who had the worst Thanksgiving, and including Phoebe's prior lives.
That was the most brilliant thing in the episode.
As a field nurse.
How many shows have a flashback to a previous life?
Yeah, not many.
That was clever. That was clever.
And the fact that they went to 2 prior lives where she's in basically the same type of situation.
Wasn't it like France and Civil War or something?
The first one, I believe, was I think, was it Civil War?
I think she
had
a French accent in the second one.
Yeah,
I don't
no, she definitely was, because it was World War One in the second one. So yeah, I think it was Civil War and World War One, and basically she's in the same situation where she's a field nurse.
And her fucking arm just falls. Did you watch that extra though? I used to do extra work, so I always watched. Did you see that little goofy fuck laying on that cot?
No.
He was like overacting his ass off, the guy she was working on. I think he was in the second clip.
I think the second one, I think he definitely had more movement.
He's just fucking like, he's going for his Emmy and a fucking...
This is my one shot.
As an extra, your only job is to not be seen, really.
Exactly.
You can't pull a camera, pull attention, and he's like, I'm fucking dying.
But like you gravitated more towards the season 9 episode, the one with Rachel's
other
sister.
Which was weird to me because I don't remember even having rewatched it recently. I don't remember the last couple seasons being that good. But I think Christina Applegate, she felt like a ball of energy as a guest star on that episode to me, and it really made me go, "Fuck! I wish she was on here more."
Yeah.
Like, she really could. She really brought it. Like, the Phoebe thing with her name. That fucking killed me.
It's like, why do you keep making that sound? Yeah, why'd you make that noise? It's like, yeah, Emma, Phoebe. It's like,
she had a sitcom after Married with Children. Was it called Jessie, I think?
I think you're right.
And I want to say that the creators of Friends might have worked with her on that.
Oh, okay.
That I think maybe Marta Kaufman and was it Kevin Bright? Is that his name?
Yeah, Kevin Bright was the producer guy. Yeah.
I think they might have worked on her show, and I'm guessing that's the connection. But I did inform you the other day that Joey, Matt LeBlanc, was actually on Married with Children.
Yeah, and what was his character back on Married with Children again?
I don't remember his name.
He was the boyfriend.
He was a boyfriend of Kelly for maybe an episode or two, but the whole thing was a ruse to get him a fucking spinoff. There was a spinoff of Married with Children called Top of the Heap, and it was him and another actor who they were funny, but it was basically if you had Married with Children with just Al and Bud, only Bud could get girls because he was attractive.
Gotcha.
So it was like okay, but it just felt like a carbon copy, and it didn't last very long. Maybe if I had to guess,
I remember the title,
I'd say 6 episodes, maybe 8 episodes.
Okay, that was another Fox show though too, being that was Married with Children backdoor spinoff. Okay,
that was the one of the 3 or 4 for Married with Children that actually got spun off, as opposed to just being on the show as an episode. Gotcha. But yeah, so. I don't know if the connection with Applegate would be the producers for Jessie, which I feel like it was, or maybe she stayed in touch with LeBlanc and was like, "Hey, you were on my successful show. Let me be on your successful."
Yeah. Give me some of that Friends magic, because I believe at that time that's when the cast were negotiated for $1 million an episode.
They did. What were they the ones that bonded together and only would take the same rate?
Yes, season 3. They were the first cast to actually do that, to basically bargain together that they all get the same rate.
Because I feel like I remember LeBlanc being the one going, "They're all so much more famous than me."
Yeah, I think LeBlanc had
He
a
probably would have been the one
lower,
left out at that point.
like not opinion of himself, but just like, it's like, yeah, they're better. I'm just the comic relief dumb guy.
Wasn't I think the history says of him that he had like $20 in his wallet when he got that job or something. Like
I believe so. Yeah.
He was a broke motherfucker, and boom, you're on fucking prime time, baby. It can happen. It happens every day. You just gotta
be right place, right time.
You just gotta be Matt LeBlanc.
And then and of all the characters, he's the one that actually got the spinoff, Joey, which
I believe he's the only one that wanted to keep going, right?
I believe so. Bright actually wanted. I believe he had a couple of ideas for
probably a Ross and Rachel show or something.
No, I think actually it was a Monica and Chandler. Oh, there we go, Joey. Oh boy.
Season 1 of Joey on DVD. I think there are
2.
There's only 2 that were made?
There's only 2 that were made, although I think the way they showed near the end of the second season, it was kind of a third season, but it's officially, I believe, a 2-season show.
This show had a good cast. It was Drea De Matteo and Lucy Liu was on there for a little while. Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah,
who also was on
fantastic
the final
actresses.
Season of Friends, I think. She had played a different character, Jennifer Stifler's mom.
Oh, of course, yeah. For those that
Jennifer
did
Coolidge,
not know.
And they're all. It's kind of funny. It's just. I don't feel like Joey works in the family atmosphere.
No. The character of Joey worked as it did on Friends. He was there for, again, more the comic relief, dumb reactions.
This is where they threw the continuity out, though, because they've showed all of Joey's sisters on Friends. None of them were Drea De Matteo.
Nope.
And then also, I believe Christina Ricci shows up in this as a sister. She was not in Friends as a sister. And they were all much older, too.
Yeah.
There was an episode I remember, I think Chandler sleeps with one of Joey's sisters. And you see all of them
what was
at
it,
Grandma's
Marie
house.
Angela,
And they're all
I think, or something or other?
Yeah. And they're all older, kind of, right?
Yeah.
None of them look under 30.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you have Drea Matteo and, like you said,
and Christina Ricci show up, and you're like, what?
That's not older. And it's that Drea Matteo was fresh off being whacked on The Sopranos.
So, I mean, if you want to watch Joey, you can find season 1 on eBay for probably $5, or season 2 on eBay for about $1,000. That is not a lie.
Really?
At least hundreds. I think the cheapest one I've ever seen was $250 for season 2.
Well, the thing with season 2 is they showed like a couple of episodes or whatever, and then there was no response, so they didn't, I think, on NBC show the rest. It was shown internationally, I believe.
Well, that's the thing. That's why season 2 is so expensive, the DVD. It only came out in Canada.
Ah! Our brethren up in the Great White North.
So I guess technically it is Region 1, because Region 1 covers U.S. and Canada. And I think Mexico, right? Maybe?
I think you're right. I'm not positive.
So you can watch it here, but it was never sold here, so there's not as many of them.
So if you need to go hunting for Joey season 2, take a run over the border, eh?
Yeah, maybe you'll find it in a Goodwill. And do they have Goodwills in Canada? Go find a Canadian Goodwill and have it for a couple bucks.
I don't know. I think they're all filled with Goodwill up there.
I'm a completionist, goddammit. Okay, you know how annoying it is to be like, I have season 1 of this fucking shitty show and I don't have season 2. God, that's annoying. And I'm not gonna pay. I will not pay $300 fucking dollars.
No, no one should be paying $300.
I will buy a bootleg before I buy that shit.
But
300. Can you imagine? I had to pay $300 because it sucked and no one wanted it. What? There's games like that.
Then why did you want it? It's like, I don't
know. The only notes I had for the flashback one, was the Phoebe's past life.
Correct.
And Fat Monica.
Yes. Again,
which became a reoccurring thing.
Yes. And Monica first meets Chandler, with his flock of seagulls haircut. The second time around, he comes there. He's more Miami Vice, and then he goes and what is it? Monica is trying to get him kind of like worked up and jealous, and to kind of like shame him after he kind of shamed her, for calling her basically fat in the first flashback, and then that's the one where she drops the knife and cuts off part of his toe.
I kind of hate when shows shoehorn stuff like that too. Like, it felt kind of, like I said, that episode I remembered really liking it, but it didn't feel. I don't know. I think it's just the shows that I prefer, and tell me if I'm wrong, are just the 6 of them in a room.
Yeah. Well, actually, one of the best, I think, examples of that. Let's see if you remember. It's the one where nobody's ready.
I was just going to say, that is literally my favorite episode of the entire series. It really is.
And I just saw that recently, and I just rewatched it. It is such a good episode. And
that episode is, and what do they call those? Can shows? I think
bottled.
Bottled. There you go. Bottle show.
Bottled episode.
Where you have just the actors in one set to save money, because
and
God
that
knows
was
what other fucking ridiculous shit you had to do next week.
That was actually the reason that episode was shot that way. Budgetary concerns they had for that episode. So
and what was that season?
That
was season 3?
Two, I think. Oh no,
it's
wait. I think season 2.
There's an episode. Everyone's getting ready for something Ross has to do at the museum. He's giving a speech or something, and it's literally just everybody trying to get everyone ready to go to this.
Yeah, he's
thing.
trying to get everyone
ready. It's very
ready.
important to him. And he gets in a fight with Rachel, and Joey and Chandler are fighting over a chair. Really stupid shit, but it's so funny. It has my favorite, drink the fat.
Yeah, drink the fat. Yeah, which you don't think it's going to be recurring in that episode. It's just like, like a joke at the beginning.
I think you should drink the fat.
With Joey starting to drink that at the beginning, thinking it was apple juice.
Right. And he puts it back. Yes, that is absolutely. And I almost said we should watch that one. I knew I would discuss it anyway, because it literally is. I think it's a ballet. The way it's written like a stage show.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
You could pull that and perform it like a play.
Definitely, because like the only one, it's like Joey goes, exit stage and comes back with all of Chandler's clothes.
I'm Chandler. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
Lunches.
I would say, and I think that might be something we should look at if we know the show well enough, is if someone who's never seen it, you can give them one episode. I think that would be the episode I would give them.
I think that is actually one of the top episodes to give someone that's never watched the show.
The one where no one's ready is what it's called, right? Yeah.
Correct. Where no one's ready.
If you have never seen Friends and you're curious, I think that episode gives you a perfect understanding of every character, all 6 of them, and there's no fat on it. No pun intended.
Oh,
there's fat in it.
There's fat to drink, but
there's fat in it, but there's no fat on it. Like, it is a well-written piece of TV as far as comedy goes.
And then I think actually one of the other episodes that was good, but you already have to know some background with the characters. I'm trying to remember what season it was. Was that season 5? It was with Phoebe. It was the one with with all the embryos.
Okay. Yeah, you have to know kind of the brothery.
Oh no! Actually, that might have been season 3. I think. I'm trying to remember.
I think it was. She was pregnant. I want to say season 4 when they were all in like England or something.
Right. So it may have been near the end of season 3 that they had this, because I think they knew Lisa Kudrow was pregnant. So they worked in a way to actually have her pregnancy as part of the show.
Yeah, right. That's how it mostly goes. The only one that I remember that backfiring was on Married with Children. Do you remember the story with Peg?
Not off the top of my head.
So Katie Seagal got pregnant, and they wrote it into the show, and they did at least half a season of pregnant Peggy and then they had Marcy get pregnant as like oh no, both of our women are gonna be having a baby. Well, in real life, Katie Seagal had a miscarriage. So they immediately wrote it out of the show because they thought it would be in poor taste to make her be pregnant on the show. So it was a dream.
Oh,
They come back with, I think it was the following season, Al like wakes up and the whole pregnancy was a dream, which usually you'd be like, fuck you. That's bullshit.
No,
but in that case, you go, okay, I forgive you.
No, that's definitely, definite forgivable, and definitely the way to treat something like that. Yeah. So
if you remember, she did get pregnant again, but they did not write it into the show. They wrote her out of it for a while, where she like went to the family, and they did her Chrissy and Three's Company style, where they just had her on the phone a lot.
Yeah.
And that was because she was very pregnant, and they were afraid to put it back in the show.
Yeah, and again, understandably so.
So a simple case of what would usually be construed as very shitty sitcom writing. If you know the real story, which that's what we're here for. We're here to give you the real fucking dirt, because we were there. No, we weren't there. We wish we were there.
So speaking of not dirt, but like information, I got some information on the show. Do you know what the original name or names that of the show Friends? It went through a few iterations.
I've heard them before, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them out of my ass right now.
Well, if you can't sleep, you have.
Is it Insomnia? Insomniacs?
Yeah. Insomnia Cafe was the original.
That was going to be the name
David
of
Crane
Central
and
Perk?
Marta Kaufman, when they wrote it, that was the name they gave it originally.
That was probably going to be the name of the coffee shop then.
I think you might be right. Yeah,
maybe it was like an all-night kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then it became Friends Like Us when NBC bought the pilot. Then it changed to Across the Hall. Then 6 of 1. Then when it was finally time to premiere, Friends. Nice, simple.
Which, yeah, and it's like, it's not a great title, but I mean, it works. It's
right.
It covers it. It covers it, I guess. And I told you, I think that other backdoor pilot for Married with Children was called. They tried to like rip it off completely. They were calling it like Buddies or Pals or some bullshit.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, there's that whole fucking blending with Married with Children. The fact that he came from it, and then the fact that Married with Children then tried to rip off his successful show after having a failed show with them. It's all.
God.
It's all a big incestuous ball of shit.
Well, you know what? I was surprised. You brought up to me about Matthew Perry almost didn't make it to Friends because he actually had filmed another pilot that didn't get picked up. LAX 2194.
Am I correct in remembering that I think they said he was contractually obligated had it been picked up?
I believe so. Yeah, LAX 2194. And
I want to say they shot them. He shot that, had a contract, and then shot the Friends pilot not knowing that the other show would be picked up or not. Is that right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he didn't know, and it was basically up in the air. No pun intended, with a airport
LAX.
Show there.
It was a workplace comedy at LAX in the future.
They were baggage handlers with like with alien luggage. That was the premise of LAX 2194.
Now, just think, that show, had it been picked up, I wonder what network that was on. Did it say?
I don't
imagine
know.
that show got picked up and he was like stuck. And he couldn't do Friends, and he wouldn't be 100 fucking millionaire, 100 billionaire, whatever the fuck. Man.
Yeah. Now, do you know any of the other actors that tried out or auditioned, I should say, for Chandler?
For Chandler, I don't know. I can't think of any Chandlers.
Well, one came back as the aspiring UFC fighter. John Favreau was actually auditioning for Chandler, and so did John Cryer of 2.5 Men.
Did John Favreau, he might have been directing by then. He might have directed a few Friends episodes.
That I'm not sure. I didn't look into that.
I know David Schwimmer got into directing later.
David Schwimmer did 10 episodes, I believe.
He also directed a couple of the Joey episodes.
Oh, wow.
Which kind of made me go, when I saw directed by David Schwimmer, I'm like, why didn't you just do a cameo, you dick?
Exactly.
Help a brother out. Do a fucking cameo. You're already on set, you prick.
Hell, you could have done, like you said, the Peg Bundy. Like, pretend you're in another location, like, talking to him on the phone. Yeah.
He's just fucking Rachel on the phone. He's like, hey, bud, how's it going?
Now, for some of the other characters, how about Phoebe? Do you know who auditioned for Phoebe?
I'm going to guess that Janine Garofalo was in that read at that time.
Nope, she is not listed as one of the people that auditioned.
I thought that was prime Garofalo.
Yeah, well, one I think you could see. The other I would be surprised. It was Kathy Griffin and Jane Lynch. Both auditioned as Phoebe.
Oh my God, I would have hated this show. Jane Lynch. What did I... Oh, it was when I was watching the Dharma and Greg again. She was like a random guest star. Like, I think it was before she was famous at all.
Most likely, yeah. The Dharma and Greg years, yeah.
She played like some kid's mom that was in a rock band with her or something. And I was like, is that fucking Jane Lynch? When she had hair?
Let's see.
It wasn't long, but she had more hair.
Now you know...
Who was the other one you said?
Well, I said Kathy Griffin.
God, I hate her. Do you think she's funny?
You know what? She has her moments.
She ended up on what? Suddenly Susan or something?
Yes, Suddenly Susan with...
We better not cover that show. Please do not make me watch that fucking show. I've never seen it. I don't ever want to see it.
Standing beside me. Oh, no, that's Suddenly Seymour. But for Ross, how about anyone... do you know who auditioned for Ross? Although... Basically, the character of Ross was created with David Schwimmer in mind, but Shimmer, Shimmy, shimmy, shake. He almost skipped out on reading for the part of Ross because he was going to actually go back and pursue theater, but he decided against and went ahead and basically the part was his. But there was one other. Person that had auditioned for Ross from Will and Grace, Eric McCormick, actually auditioned for the part of Ross Geller.
Eric McCormick is from Will and Grace?
Yep. Will.
Is Will the gay one on there?
Yeah. I believe he's one of the gay ones.
Oh, is there multiple? I haven't watched that show either. Please don't make me watch Will and Grace.
I've watched a few episodes of that one. It was funny, but I wasn't as into the characters.
You know what? Since we're doing 3 episodes for shows,
yeah,
I guess some of these shows that have revivals, we should add that fourth one of the revival episodes.
Got it. Yeah, no, that would be a good plan because
I know Mad About You did come back, but I never heard a single fucking person talk about it.
No, I've never heard anything about revival. I know when Grace came back.
They brought Murphy Brown back. I never heard a single fucking peep out of that fucking show. Did it even air?
It aired, but didn't hear anything about it.
I guess, huh? It's got to be over. There's no way it's still on.
I believe, all those that we mentioned, I think, are all over. Do you know who else was asked to play Rachel?
I'm apparently not good at this, so no, I don't.
Courtney Cox. They wanted her to play Rachel because she was...
Oh, yeah. You know what? I do remember that. And she asked to play... She liked Monica better, right?
Yeah, she liked the character of Monica better. And
didn't they audition for the opposite roles?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rachel or Jennifer Aniston, I think she did read
for Monica as well.
Yeah.
But it was because actually Courtney Cox was a little more well-known of those actors and actresses from the Dancing in the Dark video, Bruce Springsteen.
Mm-hmm. And this was even before Scream, which actually I think Scream was probably my first introduction to Courtney Cox.
Oh, okay.
Definitely saw Scream 2 on demand in a hotel room when I was like 9. No, what was that one? 98. Okay, I would have been like 11, maybe 12,
Okay.
probably 11. And it was like, oh, she's cute. She had them like, you remember her hair in Scream 2? Those fucking like red streaks.
Mm.
Them fucking 90s streaks. You're like, oh, hey, baby.
Now, do you know who else also auditioned for Joey?
Oh. Harlan Williams. That's my guess. I don't know.
Nope. But you have the right first initial. It is an H. It's Hank Azaria of Simpsons fame.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he actually.
Well, he ended up on the show, too.
Yeah, no. Some of these people actually did wind up in guest roles on the show. Like we said, Jon Favreau was the aspiring UFC fighter.
Yep. Yeah, he had a pretty good. He had an arc there. I mean, it wasn't a good arc, but he had an arc for a while.
Now, being that you're from Michigan and you have recently visited Jersey and New York City, do you know where the fountain shot is? Like in the beginning of, when the credits and the theme song is running. Do you know where that was shot?
That was on the studio lot, right?
Yeah, the WB studio lot. That if you're looking for a Friends tour, you're not going to find it in New York City.
They've moved that fountain, though. They said that in the reunion or something.
Oh, okay.
They moved the fountain from where it was for the reunion, I think, to somewhere else on a different part of the lot or something like that.
Got it. Yeah. Here's another little bit of trivia. Do you know how much Bruce Willis made for his guest appearances there on Friends?
Ooh, like per episode?
Yeah,
like,
as a whole.
Did he make like $3 million an episode or something?
No, here's the thing. Zilch.
What? How'd that work?
Because Matthew Perry was on the movie with him, The Whole 9 Yards.
Right.
Which is a very funny movie.
I even like The Whole 10 Yards, but it's not as good as
yeah. But basically, they made a bet. Matthew Perry said that the movie is going to hit #1 at the box office, and Bruce Willis said, "No way in hell." And The Whole 9 Yards did hit #1 at the box office.
I saw that movie in theaters.
I saw it as well.
Because I remember thinking Amanda Peet was hot, and then her titties were out, and I was like, "Oh, she's got cute little titties. Look at those." Yes, if you've never seen The Whole 9 Yards and you're a Matthew Perry fan, definitely that movie's funnier than shit.
Yes, yeah. You have Matthew Perry, Bruce Willis. You have
Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan was great.
Frenchie, is that his name?
I believe so. Yeah, because
Figaro.
Bruce Willis.
Figaro.
But Bruce Willis was the flower, right?
The
Tulip.
Jimmy the Tulip, right? Jimmy the Tulip Tedeschi, I believe was his name.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why I remember that. Rosanna Arquette. Another connection.
Yeah, speaking of Arquette, did you know in the episode, the one after Vegas, in the credits, all the characters, all the friends, added Arquette to their last name.
God, what the fuck? Is that when Courtney got married?
Yes, when Courtney really got married to David Arquette. Yeah, she was the one that truly had the last name, but in honor of her, they all added Arquette to their last name.
That's funny. There's enough fucking Arquettes, okay? And she's not even an Arquette anymore.
Now, here's something
she will be in the new Scream, bro. She's coming back. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
In January, we're getting Scream 5, and they have her reunited with her ex-hubby there. David Arquette's going to be in it. Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell's coming back.
Will David Arquette be the WCW World Heavyweight Champion like he was in wrestling one time?
Was he really?
Yeah.
Is that when they did that? What was that? They did a wrestling movie, didn't they? That.
Oh yeah.
Ready to Rumble or something.
Something like that, but yeah, he. For the show, yeah, they made David Arquette the heavyweight champion for a little bit.
I wonder if it must have been to promote. It might have been to promote that movie, honestly.
It probably was.
Because I think that was like a road trip comedy where they are on their way to see a wrestling match or something.
Okay.
I
never saw the movie, so couldn't tell you.
Well, but yes, so Courtney Cox will be back in Scream 5, and I'm excited for January, and hopefully it's good. Because Wes Craven's dead, so it's new
Yeah,
people.
yeah, that sucks. That Wes was great. Yeah, love the not Friday the 13th, but the hell Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. You know, those things were great.
Wes Craven is someone that I wish I would have fucking met, man. Damn. I want to meet John Carpenter, but I hear he's a dick. I love so
I've
many
actually
Carpenter
heard that
movies,
as well.
but I've heard he's a dick, so I don't know. But I hear Carpenter was Craven was a sweetheart, so we'll see how she does in the new one.
You know, now here's something that I forgot to do. Like, yeah, when we do our episodes, I wanted to bring some snacks that people can do in honor of each sitcom that we do. So
yeah, pussy and beer.
Well, that's an always snack, but
cheers.
Jeez. But I had some ideas for sitcom snacks for friends.
Okay.
And, if you can't get your hands on some beef trifle, so.
Yeah, some beef trifle.
Yeah, beef trifle, half shepherd's pie. You could make yourself a moist maker sandwich, like
don't you fucking steal that either. I'll get rage. I'll go in rage mode. You took my sandwich.
My sandwich.
Did you see the edit someone did with the horror music?
No, I have to see that.
You know how we talked about the horror edit of Miss Doubtfire?
Yes.
Like,
oh God.
You took my sandwich. It was fucking fun. And it works.
Excellent.
My sandwich.
I gotta check that one. Another thing that on the Thanksgiving theme, if you want to just have some yams, ask Brad Pitt about that one. If you remember his character, didn't do the carbs, and until after a while he said screw it and.
Another character that used to be fat.
Yep.
I remember that.
Now, do you remember Phoebe's family recipe?
What she had it was the cookies, Nabisco or what was it, Betty Crocker, one of those that her grandma stole.
Nestle Toll House.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember it was a brand.
But like
name.
Toll House, like Toulous.
Yeah. I remember it was stolen. That's right.
And if you want to, make something, that tastes like evil, have some mocklet.
God. Didn't she try to say it like Nestle Toll House or something
Nestle
like that, right?
Toll House. Yeah.
The mocklet was the chocolate that did the testing for, right?
Yeah, it was tastes better than chocolate, and then
that was a sitcom star right there. Who was that character, right? Wasn't that Michael McKean?
Oh my God!
Wasn't that Squiggy?
No. No, Mike McKean was Lenny.
Or Lenny.
Yeah.
Right. That was Lenny.
Yeah.
From Laverne and Shirley.
Also, David St. Hubbins from This Is Spinal Tap.
Yes. Close to 11.
Yeah, but if you can't whip up any of those, you can always just throw some cheesecake on the floor and just bring your own fork and eat it up.
Yep.
And or just have some mac and cheese because Chandler doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Don't cut his toe off though.
Yes. And wash it down, of course, with the toe-filled soda.
Damn, you did your homework, bro. You watched the whole series too?
No. I just try to do homework. I have a game for you.
Oh God, I'm scared.
I mentioned the episode, the one with their embryos. In that episode, they had.
That was the 100th episode, right? Or was it the pregnancy one? That might have been the birth one.
Yeah, I think it might have been the birth. The one with the embryos. This is where they had the game, where Monica and Rachel bet Joey and Chandler
the apartment.
Wind up betting the apartment. So let's see how you fare if I ask the same questions.
Oh God, no.
Ready? Monica's biggest pet peeve.
Oh God. I don't know. I don't remember.
Put it this way, it's the inverse of a furry.
Hairless cats?
Nope. It's an animal dressed as human. Animals dressed as humans is her biggest pet peeve.
Okay. All right. I don't remember that part, but all right. Keep going.
Okay.
I remember some. I know I remember some of them.
Okay. According to Chandler, what phenomenon scares the bejesus out of him?
Oh, God. Michael Flatley,
Lord of the Dance.
Lord
Yes.
of the Dance. Was he wave his feet around or something? Like
It just
not
looks
attached to
separate.
his body or some shit like that.
It's like
Right?
not attached. Okay, Monica and Ross had a grandmother who died. Joey and Chandler went to her funeral. Name that grandmother.
Aunt Grandma.
Aunt Grandma.
I don't remember.
That sounds more like something from Cartoon Network, but no, Althea.
Right. Elvia?
Althea.
That's probably one they never fucking mentioned in either episode either. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's
Aunt,
just one of
let me
those.
look. Aunt Iris, where the fuck?
Okay, every week the TV guide comes to Joey and Chandler's apartment. What name appears?
Chandler Bong.
What was that?
Chandler Bong.
Oh, a little more. Miss Chandler Bong. Yeah, as Chandler corrects, it's Miss Chandler Bong. Okay.
We steal that TV guide every week.
So that's where. What is the name of Chandler's father's all-male burlesque show?
Viva Las Vegas.
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Kathleen Turner and my favorite movie of all time. Can you guess what it is?
Wait. Kathleen Turner. Let's see. Not Romancing the Stone.
Nope. Kathleen Turner played Chandler's dad. She's in my favorite movie of all time.
Oh. I'm trying to think what movie. Like the first one that hit me was Romancing the Stone because.
Please.
Oh. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, she was she cut quite the cartoon cutout. I'll tell you
Yes,
that.
I forgot. She was the voice.
She was the voice, uncredited, I think, in that film.
I don't know. What was it? Not credited?
I think they were crediting them as like, and Jessica Rabbit as herself or some shit like that.
Oh, I have to go back at that because I watched a show called Prop Culture on Disney Plus, and they actually sat down with Kathleen Turner to go over the Jessica Rabbit.
It's coming to 4K September. I'm very excited.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
That'll be a beautiful movie in 4K. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a little speed round here. What was Monica's nickname when she was a field hockey goalie?
Big fat goalie.
Right. Rachel claims her favorite movie is?
It's very The Pianist, something like that. It's some stupid fucking classy one.
Dangerous Liaisons.
Okay.
Her actual favorite movie
Weekend
is
at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Which I also love. I actually love Weekend at Bernie's 2 more, but he's back and he's still dead.
He is. In what part of her body did Monica get a pencil stuck at age 14?
I remember they whisper something and she goes, "Ew, no!"
Right.
A nose or ear? Nose.
Her ear.
Nose.
Her ear.
Oh, okay.
Monica categorizes her towels. How many categories are there?
11.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the other side of the speed round. What is Joey's favorite food?
Pizza?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Chandler was how old when he first touched a girl's breast?
17.
19.
Damn it.
I think Rachel said 14 on that one. Joey had an imaginary childhood friend. What was his name?
Wasn't it the space cowboy?
Yes,
Maurice.
Yes, Maurice. And
Maurice
Professor was the space cowboy.
Yeah.
And the last question was, what is Chandler Bing's job?
Yeah, and they all like freak out. They don't know, and she's a transponder.
No. What she says, a transponster.
That's not even a word. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what they. Isn't he like some kind of analyst or something though? Really?
Yeah, he's an IT procurement manager with a specialization statistical analysis and data reconfiguration.
The Weenus. Remember the Weenus report or whatever.
Oh, no, you did pretty well for
I'm surprised I remembered most of those.
Yes. Well,
that's not even a word.
Yes.
I forgot. See, I forgot that game show segment was in the embryo episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because Phoebe wasn't in that scene. She was off
Right.
doing, yeah.
She came in after the game was over.
Yeah.
After they were
that is a
freaking out
classic
about the
scene.
apartment, and then it's like, then they gather around Phoebe, and it's like, oh, okay, this is probably not healthy, and it's like, and then they all hugged with Phoebe on the outside.
Right. Yep. So yeah, I totally forgot that was the same episode. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, actually, my wife was talking to me about that one, I believe, yesterday, and it's like, oh, you know what? Let me rewatch that one.
It's got something to do with transponding.
It's a transponster.
So wait, would you say that your favorite episode, we covered that already?
Yeah, favorite episode, I
It's
think
the same as mine.
I think it would be the one when no one's ready.
Yeah, it is. It's the best episode.
I do like that one though, with the embryo, the one with all the embryos. That was funny as well. But you actually have to know a little more about the characters, because also they have a game show about the characters.
I wonder if those questions are in the classic game.
I would not be surprised if those are in
the
there.
one with all the trivia. What's on the back here? It just says what happens next. Ooh, but it has Joey and Rachel storm into the room. Phoebe gags Monica with a pillowcase. That sounds kinky.
Oh boy.
Chandler stuffs Monica's hair in her mouth. Chandler falls through the wall, but it doesn't tell me what the thing was. It just says what happens next.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even like they don't even give you a free question on the back.
Jeez.
Like, well,
you should know this.
Previous thing, I don't know. I would know if you tell me what the previous thing was.
Well, I think we're about wrapping up time here. Are we not, Jay?
Yeah, I think we've covered Friends pretty well. I think we've established we are both fans of the show.
Mm-hmm. You the more dedicated fan. Me the more casual fan, but likes to delve into trivia and stuff.
I will say though, the more I see it, the thinner it gets, and not in a terrible way, just in a I think I know it too well almost kind of way. Like I may have seen it too many times. It may just be kind of losing its charm for me.
You know what?
But it does always make me smile. It always makes me laugh.
Yes, and you know what I equate it to? And we'll go back to John Lovitz for this. I think it's kind of like Sugar O's. It's kind of like that, like nice sweet cereal that makes you feel good. Like it gives you that nice sugar rush. Oh yeah, I like this feeling. But yeah, you come crashing down quickly after that.
I love the characters and I love the jokes.
Correct.
But it does feel very produced and very sitcom-y. Not saying that's a bad thing, because I fucking love sitcoms. We're clearly doing a show
about sitcoms.
I'm saying that as far as sitcoms go, it is one of the sitcomiest sitcoms, I would say.
But formulaic?
Formulaic, yes.
Formulaic, yes.
I don't know what the fuck you just said to me. But...
That's not even a word!
That's not even a word! Yes. All right, bud. I guess we should shout out give them the Facebooks and the tweets and the...
Oh, yes. If you want to contact
emails.
us, our Twitter is @SitcomMyFace. Our Facebook is at facebook.com/SitcomMyFace. And you can also reach us at sitcommyface@gmail.com. When you are looking for our shows, you can find us at, twitch.tv/netnick191.
You can follow me if you're into gaming and stuff too. I'm going to be doing some more gaming Twitch. I am twitch.tv/bidwellfog, BIDWELLFOG.
Excellent. And
you want to tell them next week's?
For our next episode, being that we're talking about Friends, I think we're going to go over another sitcom about Friends. In fact, these are
maybe not so.
They were two childhood friends that got back together as they were both divorced later in life. And can two divorced men live together in an apartment without driving each other crazy? We're going to go over The Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple. I'm very excited to revisit this. I have
Same
seen.
Here.
I feel like I've seen the same episodes a lot of that show almost. Like maybe the same 10 air a lot, perhaps. Or used to, back when there was a Nick at Night
Yes.
night that was them during like the summer. They would do like Monday was Lucy, Tuesday was this, Wednesday.
Yes,
I remember
all
they
the
had.
classic sitcoms.
I remember a Monsters night, shit like that. There definitely was an Odd Couple night that I remember.
No, I remember like early on in the life of Nick at Night, there being Odd Couple. I remember watching that well.
And now I feel old because Nick at Night is all shows I grew up with, as opposed to shows my grandparents grew up with. You watch Nick at Night now, and last time I checked, it was like Roseanne and Fresh Prince. I'm like, oh Jesus
Oh wow,
Christ.
yeah.
I grew up on these shows.
Yeah, and I was already older when some of these shows were around.
Right.
I was like, oh boy.
So I am very excited to check out The Odd Couple. If you do want to watch a few episodes, it's on Hulu. We found all 5 seasons are on Hulu.
Correct.
At least I think it's all the seasons. You said it was. Right?
And if you want to watch Friends, it is now streaming on HBO Max.
Correct. Tell us what your favorite episode of Friends is, or even your favorite moment, because there's so many great moments, quotes from Friends.
Or how about favorite guest character? There were some recurring and some
Guest
that
stars,
just one episode and that was it.
Oh, real quick, did you watch the reunion?
I did not watch the reunion yet.
It's not. It's as far as reunions go, it's not great. It's a lot of not even like. There's no real new content. It's a lot of throw to this clip. It's like, well, we've seen the fucking show, pricks. Give me something new.
What do they do in the Chris Farley? Yeah, remember when you were on that show and you said that? That was great.
What really irritated me was the guest stars. They're like, oh, remember Gunther? Oh, Gunther's in the audience or whatever. And then they cut to him on a camera. And he's like, hi, remember me? I was Gunther. Cut away. He's gone. Fuck that dude.
Wow.
They bring out like Janice. Oh, hey, Janice is here. Remember her? Okay, see ya, bitch. Get the fuck off stage. Get the fuck out of here.
Jeez.
And then the parents.
Elliot Gould
Elliot Gould and whatever the wife, Judy.
Yeah.
Jack and Judy, was that their names?
Yeah, Jack and Judy.
And they're fucking in the audience, and they just literally cut the camera to them. They're like, hey, everyone. Oh, you were so nice. And then that's it. It's like,
wow.
Why'd you bring these people here?
God.
You rude motherfuckers. I don't know. It just felt really. And you saw the controversy with Perry when he looked like he was on drugs or something.
Yeah.
He really did. But apparently,
hopefully not. But yeah,
he said that he had a root canal or something that day, and his mouth hurt. I don't know. But
I guess
either way. And that is also on HBO Max if you want to check it out. I think it's like 90 minutes, but I don't know.
Yes.
Just let me know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I'll be watching it soon.
I didn't think it was great. But cool, man. I'm glad we covered Friends. I think Friends is a good first show.
I think so.
To talk about.
Yeah, and it's been syndicated for how many years? So many people have seen it.
It's a show that all the new generations are discovering and loving, which I work for a university currently, and these kids are wearing Friends shirts. They're talking about Friends.
Wow.
Like kids who are 18 now, like they're still discovering the show. That says something.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's I think the magic of sitcoms. Like, if you have a good sitcom, a good
sitcom is timeless.
Correct. And and we'll go into some of those really timeless ones, as we go along. Like,
man.
Go way back to the origin of sitcoms.
All right, buddy. It was been fucking awesome talking to you. Would you do me a favor though before we go?
Yes, sir.
Would you sitcom my face?
Sitcom my face.
Bye, y'all. See you for The Odd Couple.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.